Pretty funny, huh?
Board meeting.
Yeah. Oh, here.
I wasn't shocked about it.
Yeah.
Good. That's crazy.
So is it like buying,
So we go out and I'll. Family.
It's in your brother-in-law.
Date?
This is, that's what I was just gonna ask you. How much did they do of it?
Consistently other. We do a lot more school district.
Can everybody hear us at home? Okay.
But then the malls, gift shops, I guess.
Okay.
So there, it's just like a awful opaque white
Okay.
wrapped in place.
Okay.
So the
So
contract.
that's a better
I-
report.
You're warm. Oh.
What's that?
That's not coming.
I wish one crazy. That's 4 hours.
If it's the wrong Tuesday, he has another
Get on the
meeting.
Trish,
No.
do you know what speakers we listen to? No, he's getting done by now. I understand.
Oh, it has to be USB. I can't really read that from here. But is it when it says USB?
Yeah, that's for the microphone.
Oh,
Just try
Speaker.
that one. Just try it till it works.
Can everybody hear me at home? So, Eric Moore.
Computer. Let me get on it, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I could. How are you?
I touch it.
Okay. It didn't do that before.
Okay.
So,
Someone was asking if it's only. Yeah. It's only under general minutes. Louis, I see in my office. And she walks in and it fits itself.
It's on the top of the webpage.
The main page.
I think it's on.
It also looks weird on her phone too, so I'm not sure.
Here, let me. Oh, I can't get on.
Could be on. Going to the end of the minute.
Yeah, it's on this one. Okay, there.
Eric Moore, can you hear us?
I know, but maybe it's just. mobile.
Maybe since he's not answering, like, that's an answer.
Oh, we got.
No, you gave a thumbs up. Okay, thank you.
Can you go over to the website?
Well, they can hear us, so.
Can we hear him?
Yeah, can he try and say something?
He doesn't.
Where's the
Microsoft
link?
tried with their Edge, but.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
The link is gone.
What's not? There's no people on him too.
Yeah, but maybe he copied and pasted it or something.
Yeah,
Shoot,
you're right.
the link is gone?
If I was in the phone, I'd feel bad. This goes from
It's
this
supposed to
phone.
be under agendas and minutes.
Yeah, click over.
Shoot. So it's not just me.
No, it's gone.
Holy crap. Oops.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
wow.
Go to.
Well, how did Eric Moore get on?
It's the same, it's a recurring meeting. So it's the same link as last month.
Yeah, you probably had it saved.
All right.
It should be on Facebook.
Wow.
There's the meeting ID. 926-2028, 9768.
I'm gonna throw it up on my Facebook,
Okay.
for right now, but we'll have to take a look at that. That's weird. As things do.
Websites do that.
I know.
Our website just.
Would you like to give me that?
Weeks ago, they
What's that?
accidentally erased
Have you ever been?
No.
10 weeks of stats. from everybody. So we're spending all week looking at all the papers and putting them back in. I think we need a discount this year.
Use
The
elevators.
web is-
Do you use elevators?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Got
what
That's
Awesome.
what's up on
Oh,
Facebook.
I'm talking about Colin.
Well, that would be like,
Yeah,
put me over the edge and I don't have it. So kind of scary. I'm on
are we
something.
good?
Yeah, it's missing from the website, but I can throw it up on Facebook.
Okay, is this right? Can we get going?
Oh, yeah.
Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order, November 15th business meeting. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Stephanie.
Okay, Sylvia Provenza,
Present.
President Ray Suchovich,
Present.
Trish Showalter,
Present.
Vince Flota,
Present.
Mayor Recupero,
Present.
Chelsea Dice, right?
Correct, yeah.
It's in for Craig Alexander,
I'm here.
and there's Dr. Nancy Carpenter. Oh, and I'm sorry, and William Gray.
Forgot about it.
The new guy.
The new guy.
Sorry,
guy.
the new girl forgot the new guy.
It's not like the red hair stains out or anything.
Just be noted that Mr. Pitch is not here because he had a prior commitment and we changed our meeting. So. And Ms. Dice is sitting in for Craig Alexander.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any additional emergency items? From anybody? No? Okay, we'll take comments from the public at this time. Comments will be on agenda related items only. If you come to the podium, raise your hand, state your name and address and.
Good evening, Angela, 2521 Center
Can
Avenue.
you turn it on, please?
On the top. Right there.
Yeah, turn the thing,
Slide it all the way.
push it all the way up.
There you go. Can you hear me? Okay. Angela Penny, 521 Center Avenue.
And Don Moore, 636 Third Avenue.
Okay, we're here to discuss the newsletter finances and try to see if we can get on the budget next year and get some money together for being on the budget. Donald, do you want to start with the information about our newsletter? Donald's just going to tell you a little bit about our information about our newsletter and who it reaches and the benefits of it for Verona.
Well, advertising is one of the major problems in most small and medium-sized boroughs. This was just in the news recently. In fact, I can't remember the boroughs that had a similar problem, but spreading the word is difficult. And the communities that have this advantage tend to have citizens who are better informed. And this results in an increased attendance at various local civic events. And that in turn results in increased attendance. This in turn encourages a greater interest in the community, in local planning, events, resulting in a more vibrant, engaging community, which in turn benefits local businesses, property values, and encourages infrastructure development. Additionally, it gives local businesses a chance to advertise locally at a relatively low cost. And we're just asking that council be sensitive to our demands here of increasing or allowing a budget for the continuation of the newsletter. We are financially in dire straits right now. We created a 501c3 with the hopes of reducing the cost of the newsletter to the borough by raising money through different events and reducing our cost for stamps and postage. But we're still in the process of creating those ideas, and we just got the 501c3, and we're still in the infancy stages of that right now. But hopefully in the future, we will be able to start raising more money and relieving the burden on the borough and the taxpayers. I'm going to turn this now over to Angela, who will give more specifics on the financial end of it.
Okay, I just have a brief financial report from the newsletter. Our total expenses last year were $9,784. That includes printing and it includes postage and mailings.
Can I say that number one more time?
$9,784.
Thank you.
Okay. The total income that we have from our paid advertisers was $6,353, which leaves a $3,431 deficit. Now, last year's budget, they did allow us $2,000, which we were still struggling in the hole. We're still in the hole. So for next year's 2023 budget, we would like to have at least $5,000 in there for the newsletter. Now, we try our best to get all our advertisers, some months are better than others, but we still need a little bit of a cushion. And we just did our lottery fundraiser, which is going pretty well. We haven't sold all the tickets, but we're working on our lottery fundraiser to raise some money, generate some funds. And the beginning, probably in our spring newsletter is when our 501c3, our discount for our mailings will kick in. We had to do an application for the mailings through the post office, which takes about 30 days to approve that application. So we probably won't make it for this next issue as far as our discount on our postage, but coming up in the spring, we should have at least a nice discount on our postage. So we're trying to save money wherever we can, but we still need the borough's support. So we're here just to ask if the borough would please consider putting us in the budget for $5,000. Okay.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anybody have any questions for Dawn or Randall? Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any comments?
Hi, everyone. William Rush, 216 West Railroad Avenue. I just wanted to introduce myself tonight to the group of everyone here. I'm a lifelong off and on since 8th grade, graduated from Riverview in 2009. I still have family that lives in Oakmont as well. And I recently in the past year bought a house on West Railroad. So I'm back in the area full time. I want to help. I'm also involved in Pittsburgh Rotaract, Rotary, as well as a Freemason. I can do a number of various things. Not opposed to manual labor, no task is too small or big. I did my undergraduate degree at Pitt and I have a master's in communication technology, which is mostly new media, so newsletters, Photoshop, videography, things like that. So I'm more than adept at handling any of those tasks if we need it. Community garden's going great. I want to see more things like that within the community. So just wanted to introduce myself. I'm more than happy to after the meeting to answer any questions, talk further. Happy to be back, happy to be involved, and thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for introducing yourself, and we're always looking for volunteers on different boards and stuff like that, so nice way to get your feet wet, so to speak. Thank you. Anybody else? Nothing virtual?
Nope.
Okay. We'll move on to the next item, and that would be motion to accept a letter here I got from Rhoda Demelis dated October 26, 2022. Members of council and mayor, I am submitting my letter of resignation as a Verona council person. It's been an honor to serve the community of Verona. My time served from the past and present has been very rewarding. Good luck to all of you. Sincerely, Rhoda Worth. And I have a motion to accept the letter.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Red, second.
I'll second.
Second by Vince. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Go opposed?
So I'm not really opposed. I just want to say that I feel like an important piece of council will be missing with Rhoda's absence. I mean, I'll accept, her, vote for her to accept her resignation, but I'm not happy.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I'd like to echo Nancy's sentiments and just thank Rhoda. She's not on now, but perhaps Donald can pass on the message that we thank her for her years of service to the borough. And I know she'll continue to help out in other ways, but she definitely is leaving a hole on council that she will be missed. And I understand that cello is a big part of her life, but we we will definitely miss her.
Thank you, Rhoda, for everything you've done for Verona. You've served the council and this community beautifully. You will be greatly missed. Thank you again.
And I would like to echo that too. I've been on council twice as mayor with Rhoda. First time she was on, I believe, 2 terms. I think it was, and she was a big asset to the community, and she'll be missed.
Rhoda did do a lot for the community.
Yes.
She put a lot of time and a lot of effort in. Thank you, Rhoda. Anybody else? Are we good?
I just agree with that. I mean, there's no words, so.
Right. With that being said, we'll go into the appointment to fill. Oh, we didn't vote. I thought we did.
No, we got the first and second.
I got the first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Went to the appointment to fill the council vacancy and swearing in. So I guess we just open it up to nominations now, correct?
So we received 2 others?
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's nominate Tim Long.
What,
4th
Tim?
time, I think.
Tim by Vince.
3, 4, so I don't know.
Anybody else? Okay, now we go for a vote.
You do a vote first.
We'll do an up and down vote like we've done in the past. Seems like it's, so. We go around the table, right?
You can do a roll call, yeah, you can.
Stephanie, you got that?
Yep, Dr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mr. Craig,
Yes.
Ms. Provenza,
Yes.
Mr. Suchovich,
Yes.
Ms. Showalter,
Yes.
Mr. Floda.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
You had to think,
did I do the mayor?
no.
No.
I didn't I didn't think so, but I
No.
just wanted to make
That's
sure.
fine.
I didn't want anybody to feel left out.
With that being said, Tim, congratulations. You willing to accept this position? The mayor will, have you sign
Here,
an
no,
affidavit of residency and, they'll swear you in.
Comes with a lot of accolades and perks and.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, here's my blue pen too, so
You know, there's all those blue pens.
then you know it's real.
Yeah, it's a government thing.
When you make a copy,
Like the blue.
you can't tell.
Astronaut pens like upside down in space.
I
Timothy Long.
do hereby swear or affirm
Do hereby swear or affirm.
this 15th day of November 2022,
This 15th day of November 2022.
that I am a registered elector of the Borough of Verona,
I am a registered elector of the Borough of Verona.
and that I currently reside in the Borough of Verona.
I currently reside in the Borough of Verona.
I further affirm that the state that I have resided in. I have further affirmed the state
I have further affirmed the state
that I have resided in the Borough of Verona
that I have resided in the Borough of Verona
continuously for at least 1 year
continuously for at least 1 year.
immediately prior, I'm sorry,
That's Lucio.
This is the residency.
oh,
Sorry. I was just gonna let you finish.
Read all this stuff.
all right, we're gonna.
This, oh,
Yeah, this is the,
Tim,
Put your hand up.
put your hand up.
I state your name,
I, Timothy Long,
have been appointed to the vacancy position of council
have been appointed to the vacancy position of council
member for the Borough of Verona.
member for the Borough of Verona.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
or affirm that I will support,
or affirm that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Get this signed.
Congratulations.
I was wondering why it was taking so long to read. I'm pretty good.
Sounded weird. I was like.
Yeah, must have changed. I kept reading and reading.
well,
That's not in the.
Well, I said something.
well, I figured you'd get to the second page.
You could take us back and you can sign there and date that, sign there and then. Borough manager.
I got it.
Blue.
Blue.
They want blue.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah.
use blue on legal documents. Because if you use, make a copy, it's hard to tell which is the original.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the appointment to the vacancy board. And we have one letter of interest to may concern. My name is Angela. Don't shoot me for the spell saying it wrong. Occupenti.
Pretty good.
I've been a resident of Verona since 2001 and would like to express my interest in a vacancy board position. I appreciate your consideration.
So I will,
You
No.
nominate?
I'll
Yes.
nominate Angela Capinti for vacancy board.
First by Nancy.
It's a nomination. You
Oh,
don't need to.
nomination. Anybody else?
I
We-
seconded it.
It's not a motion.
It's not a motion yet.
Nomination.
We don't have any other letters. There's nobody else showing any interest. Right? So now we'll take a vote.
Can we just say all those in favor, say aye or not?
You
I
can,
think if, and then if there's a nay.
nay, then you can do a roll call.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Passed.
Congratulations.
The busiest position in the borough.
You don't have to get sworn in or nothing, right?
No.
Hopefully you never need.
Comments from the advisory boards and commissions, we have nothing. Nancy's we're gonna go to approval of minutes and monthly financials.
Okay, which would you like to do
We'll
first?
just do the balance sheet and
Financials first.
Okay, so again, I'm still learning how to read some of these statements, so bear with me. But basically, what I want to let people know is, for the first 10 months of the year, we have brought in approximately, I'm not going to read all the numbers, approximately 1.8 million. We have spent approximately 1.2 million. So right now, our net income is showing 608,000. And that's just a figure that's on the paper. Some of this is not real money because technically it's owed to the sewer fund. So I just don't want people to be misled and think that, oh, what's the problem? You have $600,000. That's not really.
that all can come up under the budget costs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just in terms of
If we read the report, that's what we want.
if we brought what we brought in and what we've spent in the first 10 months. In regards to the last month of October, our total income was $44,738 and change. And our total expenditures for the month of October is $93,268 and change. So we've had some months where we've brought in a lot more than we've spent. This particular month, we spent a bit more than what we brought in. But we still, as I said before, are ahead of the game. Actually, the percentage of our total income, we're about 4% above where we want to be for income. And we're about 25% below where we need to be for expenses. So that's a good number. The only major expenditures and receipts to talk about, the one big revenue that came in was for the WalkWorks grant. I think approximately $28,000 that came in. And the most major expenditure on our bills list is for the Bob Trail. I guess we're paying out on the grant or however that works. That was for about $7,600. The receipt for WalkWorks was about 28,000. I think I said that. Okay. So for right now, we're doing well. And when I get to my committee report, I'll talk more about the budget and
Very good,
the contracts.
very good, thank you.
So I guess we just have to, I guess I would make a motion to
A motion to accept the
for the bills.
bill,
Yeah.
yeah,
You gotta do financials too.
the
don't
financial,
We don't have to make a motion to pass a report,
okay.
Correct.
you? Okay.
just for the
Okay, the
bills.
next object, next item is bills.
Oh, well, I sort of included all of that in my report.
Yeah.
I
There's
think,
a motion to pass the bills.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna make a motion to pass the bills, that we pay the bills.
Hey, Bill.
Second,
First by Nancy, second by Trish. Any questions? All in favor? All opposed? Passed. Next is approval of minutes. These are the minutes from October the 11th. Can I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second,
First by Vince, second by Sylvia. Any questions?
who did the minutes?
Great.
Mr. Alexander did them. Or his office or.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they okay?
I thought they were, good, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
All right.
Against? Passed. Okay. Down to reports. First things, we sent some flowers to the Eicheldinger and the DeLuca family, and we got thank yous from the Eicheldinger and the DeLuca families here.
You know, say, I think they were informal.
Mr. Eicheldinger he was a longtime employee of the borough, and he retired as a police chief for the borough of Verona. And Mr. DeLuca, Anthony DeLuca, was our state representative. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows. Mayor's report, Mr. Recupero.
Yes, complaints received 91 total.
No.
I'm
It's
sorry.
the mayor's report.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have nothing at this time at the workshop. I'll bring some things up.
Okey doke, thank you. Borough manager's report, Stephanie.
Real quick, just for those who don't know, my name is Stephanie Wolford. I am the new Verona Borough Manager. I come from you after 11 years working at Riverview Community Action Corporation. I live in Plum, but spend most of my time in Verona, actually. I have a son who's 13, and that's about it. So I'm excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, well,
And then the only other thing I have is the Alcosan Grow Grant has completed. We will get a final report once we sign off. It's all, and we actually got we made $589. So there you go.
Very good, thank you. Next, Stephanie's up again for code enforcement report.
Code enforcement. They had, the report I received was there were 9 residential occupancy inspections in October, 1 commercial occupancy inspection, 8 violations, and if you haven't noticed, 412 Penn has been demolished.
Yay.
So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Police chief's report, Mr. Mayor.
now I can go. The solicitor got me all.
I'm sorry.
Complaints received 91, total crimes reported 10, total crimes cleared 7, total persons arrested 4. Vehicle code summaries 2, borough code summaries issued 19, parking tickets 79. Magistrates fines collected $416.41. Borough fines and fees collected $570. Police reports purchased $30. Total fines and fees collected $1,116.41. And parking permit fees $180. And that's it.
Thanks, Dave. Fire chief's report, DNT.
Good evening. The Verona Fire Company answered a total of 15 calls for the month of October. 10-4. Carbon monoxide report at 1 More Drive, apartment 703, which is our continued nuisance caller. 10-8, commercial fire alarm at 565 Cedar Way in Oakmont, false alarm. 10-9, motor vehicle versus pedestrian accident at 721 3rd Street in Verona. 10-14, commercial fire alarm at 5340 Salzburg Road in Penn Hills, false alarm. 10-15, we had a standby and station for a working residential structure fire at 324 Collins Drive in Penn Hills. 10-15, unintentional alarm activation, 1 More Drive, apartment 708. It was a resident mistaken a oxygen machine alarm for a fire alarm. 10-17, smoke removal at 552 West Railroad Avenue, ventilate smoke from a cooking incident. 10-23, assist police with gaining entry for a welfare check at 557 Church Street in Verona. 10-24, commercial fire alarm, 15 Plum Street in Penn Hills. It was false alarm. 10-24, commercial fire alarm at 91 Colorado Street in Penn Hills, false alarm. 10-25, residential lockout at 521 North Avenue. 1027, motor vehicle versus pedestrian accident at 800 Allegheny River Boulevard in Verona. 1028, commercial fire alarm, 560 West Railroad Avenue in Verona, false alarm. 1028 again, commercial fire alarm, 560 West Railroad Avenue in Verona, false alarm. 1029, residential structure fire, 138 Glenhurst Drive in Penn Hills, fire inside a garage.
Any questions for Dan?
I have two questions. So the first one, the continued nuisance caller, does anyone have any recollection of where we left off with that? We were going to have BIU
Which one was that, Trish?
and Demore.
Well, that, Dan can
I know the police sergeant was working on some type of case worker to visit with the gentleman to see if they can assist him. I don't know where that left off.
Yeah, I'll find out, because the chief did tell me that, because I told him that we need to start. We need to start telling the management down there that we're having a problem with the gentleman. And he said that there was supposed to be, like you said, some type of caseworker going to see him and trying to figure out what's going on with his family.
It's my understanding through the management that they know about this guy, but just can't do nothing about it right now. But wow,
Yeah, they moved
gotta
him
build a
from the
case.
first floor to the 7th floor to try to alleviate some of the issue, but didn't
Yeah.
fix everything.
I also have a question, not about that incident, but about the 1028 incident. Commercial fire alarm, false alarm, 560. Yes, Rome Gardens, correct?
That's correct.
And I know that there's a lot of calls there also. So what is the nuisance policy? 3 in a month or 3 in 6 months?
I'm
3
not
in a
sure.
year?
But that one there was actual smoke in a building from burnt food.
No, this one
is
was
a
10.
false alarm.
Oh, the false alarm.
malfunction At Verona Gardens that I believe I can remember that happening for 4 years now.
So I don't know what the code is verbatim, but I believe it's after the third false alarm or nuisance call, then action can be taken. However, it is worded that the alarm, it's, if there's multiple within a 24-hour period, it's covered as well.
Okay. That's why there's 2 and 20.
And that's
2
per
in the
month.
Same day, so, yeah,
That's per month, I believe.
okay.
Yeah.
I had another question about the person who was struck by the vehicle. Obviously, having recently adopted an active transportation plan, I'm particularly troubled by
One,
pedestrian being struck.
which there was 2 of them.
Well, then both of them.
Okay.
I don't know if you can give us any further details about from where to where these people were trying to get, and I hope everyone's okay.
Yes, everyone was fine. The first one, I don't know all the details because the vehicle involved was gone when we arrived, so it turned into a police incident. So I don't have any further details on that. The second one, it was on 1027. That was on the boulevard. It was a child that was leaving Get-Go, crossing over toward Union Street. It was in the middle of rush hour traffic. He really wasn't looking, and when he got into the third lane heading southbound is when he got struck.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Lower Valley EMS report.
I have that one. Lower Valley, there were 31 call outs. 19 calls that were either ALS and BLS, which I just learned what those mean, advanced life saving and basic life saving. There were 4 refusals and 8 fire alarms. The big deal for them is they took 100% of their calls in October. They also wanted to let everybody know that they participated in the Verona Farmers Market Trunk or Treat event. They assisted with the Halloween parade and teamed up with the Verona Police, Allegheny County Police, and several other local police departments handing out candy at Riverview Children's Center.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions there? Solicitor's report.
So Craig provided you with a report and the borough manager asked me to talk about, we have a ordinance later today for Act 57. What that ordinance is for new homeowners, so individuals that are first purchasing real property or for mobile homes. If you did not receive the bill because of the move and the transfer of and your tax bill didn't come to you in a timely manner, there's a waiver of penalty and interest, so you have to qualify under the statute, but the legislature has said that we have to enact this ordinance within the next 90 days, and it will be effective, I believe, January 1st, 2023. So it's essentially a waiver for new homeowners if they didn't receive their tax bill in a timely manner. I'm sorry, January 9th, I apologize. No, it starts the beginning of January 1st. It's on, somebody has it wrong. In your ordinance, it's in January 1st, it starts effective.
So it's not October 10th.
It was, I don't know the date of when Act
I think it was
57 was.
signed October 11th, if I remember.
It was signed actually July 11th.
Oh, okay.
And then we had an
Takes
obligation.
effect October 10th.
No, it takes effect January 1st, 2023. So somebody can present a waiver in
Okay.
starting in January 1st, 2023. We just have an obligation to pass that, but again, it's for new homeowners. Should they not get their tax bill, and they have up to a year to go to the tax collector to provide the information to prove that they didn't get the tax bill in a timely manner. And I have nothing further.
Very good, thank you. Anybody have anything for her? No? Mr. Pitch, your engineer's report.
I mean, I can read over it, but the biggest things are the resolutions that will need to be passed later in the meeting. So do we just want to wait and do that?
Everybody has a copy of his report if they have
Yeah.
a question.
If they have any
And
questions.
a lot of that stuff's all ongoing.
It's all ongoing.
Okay, we're gonna go to committee reports. Next up is finance, Nancy Carpenter.
Yeah, so. Regarding the budget update, the finance committee has met with borough manager twice in the last few days. And we're getting there. And that ties into the update with the contracts. We met with the police yesterday and we'll be meeting with DPW tomorrow. So what ends up happening with those contract negotiations will directly impact the budget. So we are trying to get all that done as soon as possible so that we can present next Tuesday at an open meeting for the public for to have it as up to date as we possibly can, given what we agreed to with the police and DPW. So unless people have questions at the end of the meeting for me, I don't really have much more about that, but if you are interested in anything about the budget, please come to the meeting next Tuesday, the 22nd at 7 o'clock. That's all I have about that.
Thanks, Nancy. Recreation and Community Events Committee, Mr. Craig.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to mention is Saturday's the Jolly Jamboree, and they've asked to have the borough building open for restroom facilities during that.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's fine with me.
I'll be here. I'll be.
It'll be open. Thank you.
If I could add to that, I believe it starts at 1 o'clock, Trish, right?
Correct.
At 1 o'clock,
One.
and there'll be an officer at Center Avenue crossing the kids. Families until the parade starts. And there will also be an officer at right over here at South End, East Railroad Avenue after the parade. Crossing families to, I guess there's gonna be events in the field, there'll be events in the field, so. And there will be officers at each of the intersections for the parade. And no parking on East Railroad Avenue from 4 o'clock to 6, I believe it is. The same way with ARB, that from James Street to South Avenue. Be no parking, and starting at 4 o'clock.
When's the bonfire? What time?
It's after the parade. I don't know if there's a set time, but
Okay,
I believe there's an event on Facebook for it.
yeah.
I want to say
But I
6
think
to
it's
8, I could be wrong.
okay. So bonfire maybe 6 to 8.
Five.
Five.
Right now.
And
Probably right after.
Dan, do you know what time the bonfire is?
When they get there, right?
So between 6 and 8,
So
somewhere in there.
As soon as they get back from Oakland.
Yes.
And how did the Halloween events go?
Went very well. Nice turnout. Lots of kids. Everyone seemed to have a good time. A lot of people there passing out for the trunk or treat. It's very nice.
And Halloween night was okay?
Yes,
I didn't have any issues.
Great.
yeah, there was no issues at all.
Okay, great.
Actually, our numbers were way down
Oh, really?
for trick or treaters this year.
Oh.
About 2/3 of what we usually get.
I had a lot of people, and they say Third Street had probably about 200 to 250 kids. 360.
And that's what
Wow.
we usually get.
On yours.
Wow.
We usually get about 250 and we only got 130.
It
Wow.
was cold and rainy, so I think like.
Plus-
That's
like
a
I
lot
said,
of
you know,
people
you
on
had trunk or
Third
treat
Street.
Thursday, had
We couldn't drive up and down.
Halloween party in school on Friday,
So many people.
the parade on Saturday.
They were sick of it.
But it was nice.
Mhm.
Okay, next up.
Thanks.
Public safety, Mr. Provenza.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. The newsletter has gone to print. This is our winter holiday issue. So our next newsletter, the ads and the articles will be due on February 1st. Chamber of Commerce, they'll have their meeting tomorrow at 7 PM here in the Borough Building. And Red's already talked about John Jamboree, so thank you, Red. Historical Society, the meeting's going to be held on Thursday, November 17th here in the Borough Building. And the guest speaker is going to be Dick Williams from the Oakmont Historical Society, and he's going to be presenting on the forgotten people of Gettysburg. These meetings are open to the public, they're free of charge, and I will add, extremely interesting. You're all invited, always. Twin Borough Ministries, the community dinner will be held on Wednesday, November 30th, from 4:30 to 6:30. And it will be hosted by Riverside Church. And because of the weather, we are in soup weather now. We would like to place an order. Shirley Davis will be glad to take your order. And her number is 412-828-3412. And Allegheny League of Municipalities, the Allegheny County Boroughs Association is going to hold their general membership meeting on Thursday, December 1. And the meeting is going to be held at South Hills Country Club if anyone would like to go. And we are all invited. And the program will include swearing in of new officers, policy updates, and the new working with fellow local government officials. And if you'd like to register, the number is 412-261-2521. And in closing, I would like to wish each and every one of you here and in our listening audience and your families a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. And are there any questions or comments? If not, this concludes my reports, and I thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Communications, Mr. Floda.
I only want to say that we're going to continue to work on upgrading the tech in council chambers. It's just being slightly delayed because we have to work through contract negotiations and our 2023 budget. But as soon as that's all taken care of, we'll get back to the grindstone with continuing to upgrade and update the tech in the building and make communications a lot more streamlined and easier for everybody. And that's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Next up, infrastructure and asset management, Ms. Showalter.
Nothing at this time, Mr.
Oh, thank you. Next up, community development to be determined. Nothing there at this time, anybody?
No.
Very good, thank you. Any special committees? Paul or anything?
I just wanted to know, I had written you guys an email, volunteering to replace, Mrs. Worf.
I guess we forgot to,
Well, I was thinking we wait to see.
what all happened.
Yeah, and then council member Howard should be-
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But just so you know, I've been there before
Very good,
and I've been the alternate before, so.
very good,
Um,
thank
put
you.
it on for workshop.
Sure.
Yes, We can
The
just
next
appoint-
COG meeting will be theoretically November 23rd, and that'll be before the next meeting. So if we want someone to go to COG.
Trish and I can sit down and go over what we're gonna do with Tim, what committees we're gonna put him on and what we might tweak or whatever, and we can do that soon.
Mhm.
Very good, thank you. Next is old business. The final inspection for 628 Center Avenue. The inspector was up there, he cleared the place, he cleared it was good. So we closed out their fire insurance escrow account, and that's done. That building's gonna be rented out as 2 units now.
Saw the advertisement for the first floor.
What's that?
I saw the advertisement for the first floor unit already. Looks very nice.
So next up is the demolition of 412 Penn Street. That was finally done. And I understand that they brought 410, I think it's the address. They brought the plans,
Building plans.
building
are in
plans
our
to
office.
start remodeling their home.
They're waiting, the builder's waiting on one more thing, and then he will pick up the plans and they will begin.
So that'll get them started. So they're happy. The next up is we need a motion to advertise the repeal of the health and safety ordinance.
Make that motion.
Mr. Craig, first,
A second.
second by Tim. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pat, all against? Passed.
So I'd like, I'm in the discussion period.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So am I to understand when we were here, when I was here last, when Craig was here, he said something about having to do a new ordinance, but now I'm understanding that all we have to do is advertise that we're repealing it and that's the end of it.
Yes.
Correct.
That's excellent. That's, I mean, in terms of cost. and
Right.
stuff,
Yeah, and
it's
I think
less.
that's what he had said, the paperwork to repeal.
I thought he said an ordinance, but I could have misheard him, so that's fine.
Next new business, there's a bunch here, so. We need a motion to approve transfer of funds to liquid fuels funding deficiency,
I can.
efficiency, and Stephanie's gonna talk about that.
As you remember at the workshop meeting, you all should have received your audit for liquid fuels fund. This was from the period of January 2020 to December 31st of 2021. And it was prepared by the Department of the Auditor General. When they reviewed the findings, they discovered that we had to reimburse the liquid fuels fund $7,963.16. I would like permission to transfer that money to them.
I'll take a motion on that.
I'll make
make
that
that
motion.
First Nancy,
I'll second that.
second Vince. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Against? Passed. The next, Stephanie's got to begin.
Next up, we have seen this, we need to pass the resolution. We are on the body cameras. The chief was able to secure a grant through Allegheny Police Chiefs for body cameras, with access to state-of-the-art technology, as well as training, maintenance, and support. On our end, we agree that in 2028 and 2029, that we will continue to fund the program. The chief and I gave you a high-end number of $5,000 per year. That's us being extraordinarily conservative. It's probably gonna be close to 3,000. So I just need to pass.
This resolution needs to be passed so we can get the paperwork all in.
I'll make a motion to pass a resolution.
I'll second.
First by Vince, second by Red. Any
Mhm.
questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Next up, Stephanie. Approve the 2023 sewage collection.
We just need, as you know, we need, Alcoasand has sent us their requirements this year for, funding of the sewer systems, usage fees and others. There's a 7% rate increase. We need to, pass that to, which is imposed by Alcoasand. It's an Alcoasand imposed increase. Good.
This is just, we have no choice in this. This is just what Alcoasand gives. us. We just
Alcoasand
have
said,
to-
yes, we have to.
We just have to pass.
And
it.
they are requiring that we have 120% of what they think we're gonna pay next year. Shown in the bank, so we have to pass.
Okay.
I just want to add, am I right, Stephanie, that this is the first of 4
This
consecutive
is the
years of a
first-
7%
yeah.
increase? So we're gonna have to do this for the next 3.
We,
too.
actually, I can tell you, last year you guys chose not to pass it along. We can't do that again this year, especially as we're trying to deal with the sewer funds and everything else.
That's what I was just gonna ask about, because I was remembering that we had enough that we didn't have to do that the first year. But now we're at the point where we have to,
We knew this last year, right?
right?
Yeah,
Okay, so there's no more additional buffer with what we're trying to correct.
yeah, there's no more additional buffer this year. So,
Okay,
I apologize.
well, it's Alcoasand.
It
Yeah,
is what it is.
I apologize for Alcoasand.
So I'll take the motion on that.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Red, second by Tim. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Passed. Okay, next up, Stephanie again.
Well, that's the Act 57. That's actually Chelsea.
Okay,
So we need a motion to approve the Act 57 resolution.
okay. I'll take a motion on that. This is what this is what Chelsea talked about earlier. in the
Yeah,
meeting.
during my report.
This has to do with, yeah, the people can appeal
Right,
after
correct.
and it does say January.
Yeah, down further.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I just have a question
I'll
though.
take a motion first.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
First by Trish, second by Nancy. Questions?
Chelsea, so it says it takes effect on October 10th in the first, but in the fourth paragraph, it says after January 1st of
So I
23.
think if you purchase your home after October 10th, but fail to receive your tax bill, will honor, you can make that request starting January 1st, 2023.
For
So
a home-
transactions
yeah.
that happen from October 10th moving forward are caught under the scope of this. Prior, when I say transactions, prior real estate sales or mobile home sales are not affected by this, but starting October 10th and moving forward. That's what that means.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Later then.
Right.
Opposed? Passed. Okay, Stephanie, you're up again. Talking about the ADA resolution.
Essentially, the next 4 or 5 things, I don't even know, are all from Matt. These are grants that he's applying for, like CBG grants and stuff. And he needs resolutions saying that we understand that he's applying for these grants. The first one would be a grant for $23,350. It's of CDBG funds for ADA ramps.
ADA ramps, where?
That's where we need them in the world.
Yeah,
Right.
Do we know how many ramps that is?
he didn't, let me see if he wrote that on his thing, because he did not tell me that.
Or, are these ones that we had talked about before?
It's for ADA ramps along Grant.
Okay, thank you.
But, I'm just interested in, if it says here about matching, how much matching and when?
None of these will say that because none of these will go through, that we won't even know anything about these until May or April of next year. So they won't go into effect until 2023. These are just requests, we're just requesting for funding.
Oh, this is like pre-apps or.
This is,
Yeah.
this is so he can fill the application.
Yeah, this is
Ah.
so, we can yeah,
Okay.
If you don't like the matching, if you get granted, if you get the grant, you don't like to match it, you don't have to take the grant.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
it's, they're not gonna be in that yet.
I see.
So I'll take a motion on the first one for the $23,350.
Make that motion.
First by Trish, second by Vince. Any questions? All in favor?
All right.
Against? Passed.
The next one is Safe Neighbor. It's also a CDBG grant for 35,500. This grant is a safe neighborhood demolition. This would help with demoing of homes.
I'll make the motion.
First by Sylvia,
Second,
second by Nancy. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Passed.
The next one is again a demolition grant. This is for demolition. It does not have an amount on it. But it's through Allegheny County.
It's for slums and blight resolution.
Yeah,
Take a motion on that.
I'll make that motion.
Tim,
Second.
first by Tim, second by Red. Any questions? All in favor? Against? Passed. The next one,
the next one is sanitary sewer lining, which would be, just as Verona Borough, this would be a $65,530 grant through CDBG.
oh. I'll make that motion.
first by Nancy,
I'll second it.
second by Vince. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Passed.
And the last one is a $23,350 grant for Sylvan Way Street reconstruction.
I'll make the motion.
First by Sylvia,
Second.
second by Red. Any questions? All in favor? Against? Passed. Thank you. Next up, we have Ms. Resnick Showalter.
Oh, yes, thank you, Mr. President. I think earlier we echoed similar sentiments, but yes, just wanted to thank everyone who participated in the trunk or treat, both at Riverview Children's Center and at the farmer's market, which was organized by Stephanie Garabay. We already mentioned a number of people who have participated, so I don't want to mention them again for risk of leaving anyone out, but just want to say thank you again to both the organizations as well as the volunteers and nonprofits who made it a fun and safe Halloween.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, it was they said the trunk or treat and the parade and everything was really good. Thank you. The next up is Ms. Resnick Showalter again.
Yep. Also wanted to thank everyone who was able to participate in our Verona Community Garden dedication that we had last Saturday. I know a number of you were there, including our new borough manager, Stephanie. So thank you, everyone who was able to make that a memorable occasion, especially for the Monroe family who brought a number of elderly residents, former residents, who were able to share a lot of stories about their former homestead, and we're thrilled to see what it's turned into and the number of pounds of produce that were donated this year, of which I forget, but you probably remember how many hundreds of pounds.
About 200 pounds were donated to food banks and then another, I think it was like 60 pounds to the community.
It was like 50 or 60 in the community.
That did turn out very nice.
Yeah,
It really was. You got it. You all did a very nice job.
Yeah, not too shabby for the first run. So
Right.
next
Very
year will
nice.
be hopefully bigger and better.
Right. The next we have Sylvia Provenza, the proclamation.
Nope,
Did I miss something?
Yeah,
the first
Tricia
Jolly
again.
Jamboree and Hometown Holiday.
Oh, that's where you were supposed to go?
Sorry, yes. Red and a couple others already mentioned the Jolly Jamboree, Saturday. So, I think the only thing I wanted to add was, the trolley, maybe we said this, but it will be running, from Verona to Oakmont again this year from 1 to 9. So we don't have to worry about, families walking back and forth, to Oakmont. And, also want to welcome, the new brewery who will be participating in the brewery bonfire cellar works along with Acclamation and Inner Groove, after the parade. So please come on out and, welcome and, enjoy our, wonderful beer scene in Verona.
Yeah, where Stonewall was.
Oh.
Cellar Works.
Cellar works.
Cellar,
Keller.
oh, cellar, like the basement, okay.
I'm glad to see that they're still coming, because at the last chamber meeting, somebody had mentioned that they thought that fell through.
Right.
And I'm glad that was not true.
Right.
And they're coming still, so.
Today they're still coming, so. Yeah.
Where is the stop for the trolley in Verona?
It'll be in front of the borough building, like the turnaround.
Okay,
And then it'll
Right.
go, to Off the Rails Acclamation and then the Oaks Theater.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Sylvia with her proclamation.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to call Shirley up here to the.
Thank you. I knew she wanted something when she did it. Yeah.
Shirley, I reached out to,
Oh, what? You okay?
yeah, the run was a little, excuse me, yes, thank you.
Get that on video done.
Reached out to, our state representative, Tony Blumenthal.
Yes.
And he was still living.
Yes.
And, I asked if he would do a citation for you. And this is from all of us and our entire community. And I'd like to read it. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, House of Representatives citation. Whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania is always proud to acknowledge those individuals who through selfless dedication and hard work contribute in a meaningful way to the betterment of their communities and enrichment of succeeding generations. And whereas Shirley Marino Davis is being honored for her unrelenting passion for individuals in need, particularly for volunteer work to the borough of Verona for the past 30 years. And whereas Ms. Davis unselfishly devotes her time, talent, and voice to improve the lives of people who are struggling. Specifically, she's a volunteer at the Close Project, the Verona Methodist Church. In addition, she serves seniors and families in the borough of Verona at the Verona Community Dinners. Shirley also handles the Verona Summer Lunch and Fun Camp for the children. Her dedication, compassion, and concern for the community is unrivaled. And whereas Shirley is a widow, has one daughter, Julie Martin, her husband Jeff, and she has 2 grandchildren, Josh and Caitlin. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania pays a respectful tribute to Shirley Marino Davis on her richly deserved commendation and offers best wishes for every future success and happiness. And directs that a copy of this document, sponsored by the Honorable Anthony M. DeLuca, September 9th, 2022, be transmitted to Shirley Marino Davis, 844 Fifth Street, Verona, PA, 15147.
Thank you.
And this is signed by Tony DeLuca, State Representative, Pennsylvania House of Representatives, 32nd Legislative District. And what I have to tell you, this was the last citation. The State Representative DeLuca signed, and then he passed. And they would like a copy of this before you leave. They'd like to have it as a memento. since it was the very last one that we signed. Thank you for this congratulations. Very, very good, everybody.
Right here.
You stand up.
I'll stand.
I can see it.
No, that's good. Stay there.
You're in. Everybody smile. You're gonna smile.
No.
Good job.
Look at this.
Yeah. Well, smile. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley.
It was my pleasure to work with each and every one of you, and I thank you for all the commitment that you have given to myself and my team at Verona Methodist Church Twin Borough Health Ministry. We've been serving 155 people every month at community dinners. That includes a few shut-ins. And I've had a great pleasure working with Mr. DeLuca also through the years. So thank you to each and every one of you. And I also wanted to let you know that I had to take on a little bit of something extra this year was the ringing of the bell down at Giant Eagle. That's for the Salvation Army, which the funds stay within our communities. And I know Rhoda has been helping out. Vince and Tim are going to help out. And if you know anybody that would want to ring the bell for an hour, give me a call. Thank you.
Thank you. That being said, we'll go into comments from the public or comments on public related items. Please approach the podium and state your name. Anything virtual?
There are no virtual hands raised.
Well, with that being said, I would like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family holiday season. And I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Tim. Second by everybody. All in favor? Any questions? All in favor? All against? Thank you, everybody, for coming.
I am.
Yeah, you've been.
You want me here all the time, don't you?
Can't say I gotta go out my trying to get on.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Sign it.
Sign them up.
He wants to pick. Ticket, yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, we'll start at 4th Street like we do. Take like 2 minutes. I missed it up an hour. It was 1 o'clock, so we'll do it at 12. But we'll be done by 2:30.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's good. It's hard to give them away. It's easy. So I appreciate all.
I remember my name was down there.
Is that enough?
All right.
See, I don't know how many years it is.
My sister can go into any place. with stuff.
No,
She
I
won
just,
like
they
a-
just want me to dump them and I don't know who's setting them up.